Baby, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the men might be right. The men might be right. Women might just be creating weak men with their sons. Before you get mad, hear me out, okay? Hear me out, because I done seen some things these last couple of days, okay? I done seen these mothers talk about their sons and what their sons are and aren't gonna do for female counterparts. They ain't taking y'all daughters to steakhouses on the first day. They ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. They son not doing this. And your daughter out here handing out coochie to everybody and want her, they son to do X, Y, and Z. Girl, let me tell you. Whew, child. Y'all done got on my nerves. Because a mother trying to protect her son from women, I'm starting to see creates a weak man. You mad? Scroll. You mad? Scroll. Cause we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. I told my son this morning I was going to talk about him, okay? He said, what you mean? I said, I'm going to talk about you because I done seen some things. These women said, these mothers said, they sons not taking these daughters out to steakhouses on the first date. And before I could finish, that man done hollered out, I'm taking them out to the steakhouse on the first date. Listen, I don't need to protect my son from y'all daughter. I don't. He ain't naive. He's not. He's handsome. He's highly intelligent. Like, highly intelligent. He has emotional intelligence. He's mature. Like, emotionally mature, mentally mature. And he got a little spiritual maturity in there, too, okay? He only 14. And he only showing a little bit. That ain't all that's in him. That's all he letting people see. He ain't slow. I don't need to protect him from y'all daughters. I don't. But y'all do need to protect y'all daughters from my son. What you mean protect our daughters from your son? You gonna create a monster. He not a monster. But y'all daughters will feed him. They gonna feed into his ego. They gonna feed his pride. They gonna feed his vanity because they already do it. Baby, y'all daughters make him plump. It's not me that's making him plump. It's y'all daughters. I don't need to protect my son from y'all daughters. I don't. The way I protect my son from your daughters is making sure that my son understands to respect y'all daughters. I try to get this man to understand that it is important for him to be responsible for the emotional well-being of the girls he like. Now, he 14. He don't fully understand that. So you think he listening? Please. But I'm planting them seeds so that they will grow and he will fully understand. Y'all daughters gonna throw themselves at him. He not even gonna have to work hard for y'all daughters. Because he don't even already have to work hard for y'all daughters. I'm just gonna tell y'all the God's honest truth. He don't. I want y'all daughters to require him to take them to steakhouses. I want y'all daughters to require him to open all doors, okay? I want y'all daughters to require him to respect them at all times and use all his manners. I want y'all daughters not to try to pull the potential out of my son. If he ain't what you want, I want your daughters to know to leave him where he at. Because if he desires your daughter enough and he wants your daughter enough, he gonna elevate himself. I don't want your daughters to pull it out of him. Because if your daughters pull it out of him, she's left with his potential in his hands and she ain't gonna know what to do with it. Because it wasn't for her to have. I want your daughters to require the absolute most from my son because he's capable of giving it. Yeah. I want y'all daughters to stop feeding his ego. I want y'all daughters to be a little stronger than what they are. Not because my son is malicious. He's not. Let me tell y'all something about my son. When he was like 8, I took him to a therapist. Now I required his therapist to be a man and I required him to be black. Because that's my black son. And my black son was going to see a black therapist. I don't care how y'all feel. That was my requirement. Because I wanted somebody who could relate to my son. Anyways, I was in therapy pissed off. Because the therapist was highly intrigued by my son. because his maturity he has not seen in a boy his age or boys older. My son is not naive, okay? The therapist, very much impressed. Very much impressed. Baby, we stopped going. Because I just felt like, what we here for? Because he got you too. Okay? Counselors, call my son very mature. My son is going to look out for your daughters. He's not going to have to work hard to get your daughters. That's the problem. He asked me the other day, Mama, what age you think I'm going to reach my prime? I said 30. He looked at me like he was disgusted. Girl, 30? Yeah, 30. He said, why you say 30? I said, because you ain't going to be shit in your 20s. He's like, yeah. You right. I know I'm right. Because he going to be operating in pride and ego in his 20s. Because y'all daughters is making him fat and plump. Okay? Loving him. And I ain't saying your daughters got bad taste. They do. They don't. They don't have bad taste. My son is actually going to be a very good catch. But he's going to have to reach all his potential. If y'all daughters just give it to him, whatever he won't feed into him, he ain't going to have to do more than what he do. He don't even have to reach his potential because y'all not requiring it from him. So, no, I don't have to protect my son from y'all daughters. Y'all going to have to protect y'all daughters from my son. One of the ways that I be trying to protect my son is letting him know, like, when he talk about these girls and they show a lot of insecurities, I be like, you don't want no insecure woman. An insecure woman is a dangerous woman because you have to be responsible. You just can't play with her. You don't want a woman who ain't never been loved properly, because if you not finna be serious with her, if you not finna be responsible for her emotions, you just want to play with her, she gonna hurt you. Baby, let's just be real. It ain't even y'all daughters I'm concerned about. It's y'all hating ass sons. It's y'all hating ass sons I'm gonna have to protect my son from. I'm gonna just tell the truth. It ain't y'all daughters. It's y'all hating ass sons. Y'all get on here and want to protect your son from these girls. And you raising a son, you raising a man that you yourself wouldn't even want in your life. You wouldn't even want a man like your son. Your son is the bottom of the barrel. Well, my son need to spend this money on you, take you to this expensive restaurant. What you got in your refrigerator? You ain't even got nothing in your refrigerator. It don't matter what she got in her refrigerator. If you have less than my son, don't allow my son to treat you less, because obviously he in your face for a reason. And he does not get to treat you any less because you have less than him. I don't like it. And you shouldn't either. So yes, the men might just be right. Y'all are raising weak ass men.
Mama, I'm done.
Okay, Papa.
How about
Disrespectful men. Go ahead. Disrespectful men. Men who ain't got a pot to piss in and look for women who don't have a pot just to piss. Like, y'all, be for real. Y'all are raising y'all sons to disrespect women and to devalue them because they don't have the same as them. You need to ask your son why he over there with the girl that ain't got much. He don't get to treat her less because she has less than him. He want her for a reason. Ask your son why he want her. Ask your son why he want her. Because 9 times out of 10, he can't touch the girl who got something. And that's where you need to put your focus. Y'all be on the internet getting on my nerves.